There was a lot happening as I sat down with Mayor Zohran Mamdani for a wide-ranging discussion just about a week into being the leader of New York City. And we began with his joint announcement with Governor Kathy Hochul. They're promising to fix 3K and bring child care to all 2-year-olds in the city by the end of his first term. Why just begin by expanding only 2-year seats as opposed to expanding babies all the way to 2s all at one time?
So we've been doing a number of investigations and also conversations internally within our city government and found that the best way to fulfill universal childcare is by staggering the implementation and aging it down. And we have 3K in this city, childcare for 3-year-olds that we're not only fixing, but to actually bring that also to childcare for 2-year-olds. And then to continue to build that out so that children as young as 6 weeks can have childcare without parents having to worry about $22,500 a year as an expense.
Also happening today, you have Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem in town on the heels of this fatal shooting in Minneapolis with an ICE agent that has a lot of attention right now. But she called you out directly, which is what I want you to respond to. Quote, "He is standing with illegal people who've broken our laws before putting New York City first." Your response?
Well, I'm not sure what she's actually referring to in that statement, because what I've been doing is standing up for each and every New Yorker across this city as the mayor of this city. And what I will not do, however, is differentiate New Yorkers on the basis of their documentation. If you live here, I am your mayor. And that is what we have been showing over these last 8 days, is a commitment to making this city more affordable for every single person who calls it home.
There have already been a number of protests around the city because of the killing of a woman in Minneapolis by an ICE officer. Mamdani has been skeptical of the NYPD using the Strategic Response Group to police protests in the past and says he's working to change how the NYPD handles public demonstrations. As of right now tonight, there's a big protest. Will the SRG be out there because that's the option right now?
The first response that we'll have from the NYPD will be that of community affairs.
The mayor has also stood by his new director of the Office of Tenant Protection, Sia Weaver, despite social media posts where she compared home ownership to white supremacy. You said you would keep her on because of the good work that you feel that she is doing, but what do you think of the comment itself, drawing a line between landlords and white supremacists?
Obviously, that's not an opinion that I share, and I made the decision to have her as our executive director of the mayor's office to protect tenants, not because of her comments, but because of her work. She is someone who has won significant victories for tenants, not just in New York City, but across the entirety of the state, formative part of what was an upstate, downstate coalition. And we've seen her already hard at work in this past week.
Finally, we were able to press the mayor about how he would actually make city buses fast and free, with Governor Kathy Hochul telling Pix 11 exclusively that she would not back his effort in her State of the State address, nor in her upcoming state budget. How do you do something without her support on this particular issue at the intersection of the MTA? In your budget, do you say, here's the money, let's do it now?
Well, I think some of this is a hypothetical that I hope not to arrive to. And I will keep making that case because we're very early in the budget process. And I also think what New Yorkers want to see is the continued fulfillment of the agenda. And today's a great day to be chatting with you because that's what we did with childcare. And now we continue to do it with the other promises of freezing the rent for rent-stabilized tenants and making buses fast and free. There was a lot more to my discussion with Mayor Mamdani, from housing to mental health. We even talked about what makes for a great New York bagel toward the end of the interview. We're posting all of it at pix11.com, and it's streaming on Pix 11 Plus. From